Good day to you all, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The discussion that I want to have, or the conversation that I want to have with you today, is about making the choice to retire early. Then enjoy the rest of your God-given life doing whatever you want on your own terms. So I have 3 things that I have in mind that I think one needs to focus on in order to be able to retire early and own the rest of your time on this short time that you are here on this earth. So let's jump right into it. Most people consider money to be wealth. Yeah, acquiring property, acquiring cars, material things. We consider that to be wealth. But if you really dig deeper, is that really wealth? I feel the biggest and most important wealth that you would have is your health. Why do I say that? If you don't have good health, no matter how much wealth you have, no matter how many cars, how many homes, how much money is in your bank account, if you do not have good health, you're not going to enjoy the rest of those things. Health, time, and then the money. Health being the first and foremost, the primary thing that you need to have. For most of us, in order to accumulate all this material wealth, we really have to work hard. We work full-time jobs, we work more than one job, we work overtime hours. But while we are doing all that working, the physical toll that exerting your body to so much stress and strenuous work does, it takes a long time for most of us to finally see the wear and tear that our bodies have gone through over the years, while our main focus was accumulation of material things. That's the reality of most of us. It's a much better focus to work when you're still young, so you can get the rest of the time to yourself as you age. So while we are busy working, accumulating all this material wealth, we leave no time to take care of this body. We do forget. None of us know how much time we have on this earth. Work until 67. Within 6 months of being retired, you depart from the earth. Would you have stopped working a little bit earlier and then enjoyed at least a couple of years? While you are in that prime time, that is the time to try and focus also, just to keep yourself in shape. You do whatever it takes to keep that body in mint condition. Sometimes it takes that moment when you lose a job, or even at that time when you retire, to even realize how much wear and tear that your body has gone through. It takes that minute when you take a moment and give yourself time to really see that you have given too much stress and strain on your body. You feel the strain, you feel the exhaustion that your body has gone through. So do what it takes to stay healthy. Walk, go to the gym. It goes a long way. You've all heard the saying, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. So eat well. I enjoy when I'm out here in the motherland. I enjoy going to the garden, planting, tending to the crops that provide me with the good food, because you are what you eat. You consume processed foods, a lot of chemicals in there. You don't know what the effect is on your body. So I really love when I'm out here, where I have control of what it is that goes into my body and prepare my food on eating simple but healthy. Eat the foods that will nourish your body, repair it. Focus on making sure that whatever you consume is something that makes your body look better and you feel better. Avoiding the sugars, it's a challenge. I am putting myself on that challenge to reduce and then completely eliminate the sugars. When I'm here, this is one thing that I like about being here. I'm limited in, the excess in fast foods and processed foods. And to me, that is a much, much healthier, cheaper, and simpler way of nourishing my body. You are what you eat. Choose carefully and make sure it is everything that will enhance your health. We forget the importance of sleep. Make sure you take into consideration a good sleep. It rejuvenates your body. You rest both physically and mentally. Make sure you discipline yourself thoroughly, that you are able to say no to TV, no to the phone or computer, and get enough rest. It goes a long way. It goes a long way into repairing and maintaining your body in good shape. Retiring earlier is really something to take seriously and consider finding ways to make that happen. No one knows when they will exit this beautiful earth. And knowing that, wouldn't it be smart to have the longest time here on earth doing what you want, when you want? I wish I had retired earlier than 58 when I did finally say bye-bye. Planning for retirement has to happen early on, and not leave it for the last 5 years of your working life to plan on retiring. You will now be so much under pressure, and you're also struggling, and maybe at that point, with health issues. After the age of 60, there's an ache and a discomfort here and there throughout our bodies. I feel good at 62, but an occasional ache here and there is unavoidable. It is part of that aging, where your body is no longer in mint condition as you were when you were 18. So it's a reality. So if you are going to think about time, once you hit your 60s, you know your time going forward, you're counting. If you get to 70, 80, 90, or even 100, you are blessed. So if you think about time, I want you, if you're younger, to be able to do it differently, and then enjoy the rest of your quality time when you're still feeling good. You cannot reverse time. If you spend the day today not doing anything, evening comes, nighttime comes, and that day is gone. You cannot relive it. Your time is already, for that particular day, is used up. There is no bank for time. I wish I would have known that back in my prime time years. Now, The last thing that we want to discuss, the three things, the health. Now we talked about time, a finite, a limited resource. We talk about money. That's the last thing. When you are working, if you start working, I think it is good to always think of when you would retire, when you would finish working. Because if you don't have that focus, you'll just work, don't really plan well, because you still think you're young, you can work forever and ever. And time keeps moving. We just discussed that time, once the day is over, it's finished. You don't think that there will come a time when you cannot work, when you feel tired, when you're just about done with thinking about working. Save, learn to save early. Learn to invest early. Get into the property ladder early. Real estate, stock market. There is Bitcoin currently now. This is the age of Bitcoin. Whatever investment vehicle that you choose, do it and start on that early. There's risks, but also the idea that you're starting early gives you that buffer, that time. And most investments you gain because of keeping and staying in an investment for a long time. So getting your money game early is really important. That allows you to retire early. And when you're doing this, I think you should have a benchmark, a goal, a set number, that you say, by the time I get to 50, 55, 60 maybe, I want to have $1 million, $1.5 million. Stay the course. Keep moving towards that goal. The biggest problem that we have, the biggest challenge that we have is we continuously change the goalpost. Now, once you do that, you'll never be able to retire. Once you get to, say, $1 million, that's what your goal was, you say, let me stay a little bit longer. Maybe if I get to 1.5 million. When you get to 1.5 million, you want 2. And it's endless. So you need to just set your goals. Once you do that, stick to it. When you get those things, even when you're at 90% of your goal, take the leap of faith. If the investments are solid, they should be able to give you that income that you would need to be able to sustain you the rest of your life. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just not even talking numbers here. I'm just talking what you need to have in your mind and to be able to see retirement as something that is possible and that you can aim to do earlier. When it comes to really the nitty-gritty planning and executing, you got to do the homework. You got to learn about investing, whatever it is, the investment vehicles that you choose. That is on you. And that is easier to do when you're still younger, when your mind is still sharp, and you can still really focus on diversifying your portfolio and manipulating it such that you do gain maximum. There is never a time for most people where they feel they have had enough money. It always feels you need more. One way of not continuously seeking the next dollar is definitely to cap it and say, once I get this, it is good enough. Just stick to your guns and say, this is what I needed, I have it, and I'm out of here. That's just food for thought. In conclusion, going from being somebody who is employed full-time for a very long time is a big transition to being unemployed, retired. It is a mindset shift. It takes courage. It is not easy at all. There's a sense of loss there. There's a sense of loss of power. There's a sense of belonging to something. It is a difficult transition. And for some, they try it and you find them getting back to work, maybe because their financial resources are not enough, they're not in order, or they haven't thought of what to do with the time. They don't know what to do. So being at work is their life. That transition to retirement can really, really be hard. You have to have a plan what to do once you are retired and beyond. If you don't have that in mind, it really can be tough. But also bearing in mind that plan can also change depending on your circumstances. That can be health or even that material wealth. But the focus towards the end of your life is never the material part. You don't take that with you. You leave it behind. People. The biggest regret is I should have spent more time doing exactly what I want. Traveling, spending time with friends, spending time with family. You don't want to get to that stage in your life and you feel the regret of not having had a fulfilled life. So, as hard as it is to think of retirement, I think if you start thinking about it early, if you start planning on it early, when the time comes to make the decision, it is, and it might just be a breeze for you. This is why we're sharing. This is why we're talking about it. For some of us, now retired, the feeling is, I should have done this earlier. So I hope you take some of the things that we've just talked about. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not an expert. I'm just one person on this earth who has taken that leap into retirement, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm saying, plan on retiring early and enjoy the rest of your time that the Creator has given you doing things that you like. Thanks for watching the video. Till the next time, take care of yourself. Bye.